Yo, what's up, y'all? Look at that. Look at that. Welcome to Flyer Than a Flyer. Who's Flyer Than a Flyer? This is your host, Leader Johnson. Who's Flyer Than a Flyer? What? Did y'all see that? That's crazy. Morgan Frost with the wrist shot. With the wrist shot. It's kind of crazy, man. I predicted the Canucks to win. I predicted the Canucks. I did. I said 3-2. I said 3-2. Because I didn't know where the Flyers are at right now. I didn't know if the Flyers were right where they should be, man. I just didn't know if they were there. They're real talented, but the Canucks are real good. This was a good win. This is a good win. This was a big win, man. Morgan Frost, another player that was talked about and being one of the best players on this team. Look what he does. Starting out the season 1-0, crazy. Let's talk about these stats, man. It's a good game. Brock Boser was in the shootout with Frost. That's the guy who had 2 goals last game, and he didn't get it. He didn't beat out Frost. Bobby Brink, 2 shots and an assist. Joe Farabee had an assist. Tyson Forster, 4 shots. He was going aggressive. He had a goal. You look at Gardner Hathaway with the assist, 2 block shots. Morgan Frost had 3 shots on the game. He was aggressive too. 2 penalty minutes. He was aggressive. I mean, he's already starting out playing like a bully. Scott Lawton, 2 shots on the game, trying to, Matt Mitchkove had 4 shots. He tried to get their goal for the day. Ryan Poling had an assist. Also, 2 block shots. Gardner Hathaway had 2 block shots. They played good defense. I like the way how aggressive they were and how they came out and played defense. Jamie Drysdale had 3 block shots. You look at something that's important, which is looking at the plus minus. Right now, the best plus minus, people tied with 1, Sanheim, York, Mitch Cove, Luchenko, tied with the best plus minus on the game with 1. Now, going back, looking at Ristolian having 3 shots, looking at Cam York having a goal, Ristolian 3 shots. This defense and then looking at the 3 block shots by Drysdale, the 2 block shots by Zamula, the 3 by Sanheim, letting you know how aggressive they were. 2 hits by Ristolian. Looking at how aggressive the Flyers really were in this game. This is where they were able to get the Canucks. They were real aggressive in this game. No question, an aggressive team. Looking at 2 block shots by Hathaway. Like I said, guys were aggressive in this game. 2 hits by Cartier, 2 hits by Farabee, 2 hits by Hathaway. The 2 hits by Lawton, 3 by Konechny, 2 by Hathaway. Guys were aggressive in this game. It was real good to see. And Urson, 24 saves, man. 923 save percentage. This was impressive for a start-out win for the Flyers. Very impressive for a start-out win. This was crazy. Like I said 3-2 they would lose, right? I just thought that, on the other hand, Canucks were just a better team and they would win. But the Flyers, this was real good. Good coaching by Tortilla. Real good coaching. This is going to be something for the Flyers, man. This is to start out with a win like that against the Canucks. And now you look at where they go, and they play the Flames next. This is big, man. Jersey has 2 wins. Rangers has a win. Now Philadelphia gets their win. A real big win against the Canucks. I'm very impressed by their win. This is something that when you look at a team that's trying to come up, and you got Mitch Cove, you got Luchenko making it, looking at the big parts, Tippett getting the contract and Konechny getting the contract. You still got Drysdale, who I'm very excited about. It's the guy I always talk about. It's something to look at. And the Calgary Flames, looking at everything they got their win this year, looking at the Calgary Flames, the team, the type of team that they are. That's going to be another big. That's going to be another game to start out for the Flyers that just have to prove, like, where are they at? Like, where are they at as a team? And I mean, like I said, they're talented. Me and Jamie Boscal was talking. It was a lot of things to really get off. I think I got some questions answered. I really did. I got some questions sincerely answered when it came to the Flyers because I felt like, I felt like this team was talented, but it just got to prove it. So lots you got to prove. Last year, the Calgary Flames were 38 and 27 and 17. So this is another team they got to go in there and make something happen. This is something to prove. Teams, this is a way to start the season, right? This was a good win. Any win in the shootout. You see who got the best players. They got Frost right over Bozer, who was the guy that had 2 goals in the game they lost last game. This is something. This is a team that was hungry for a win. They wanted to win up the last game, and now the Flyers took it from them. This was a big time win. I really like Mitch Cove. Like I said, guys were aggressive. Mitch Cove had 4 shots. You look at 24 saves for Urson. That's big. Listen, I said in this game that one of the biggest things I was thinking was Samuel Urson had to prove to me. That's the whole season. Really, there's a lot of good players on this Flyers team, but the season is, what can Samuel Urson do? I mean, when he came in with Carter Hart and Ivan Fedorov, who's there now as backup goalie, and Felix Sandstrom and Tomic, who's also still in the minor league, down there, not came up yet. That was supposed to be a good haul of goalies. Good haul of goalies. Now you got Ivan Fedorov, you got Evor, you got Carson, and then you got Kozlov. These guys are supposed to be real good. So if Urson is not that guy, these guys are coming. And I still think Fedorov might be going for Evor. Evor is a guy that's real good. So listen, he's a Russian guy. So listen, just watch out for this team. Don't sleep on this team. Going back to what happened with this game, you're looking at Morgan Frost. He's that guy. Morgan Frost is that guy. I could see, Farabee and Frost both have 30-goal talent right in them, and so does Tyson Foerster. If you're not looking at this team and what they can do, they got 30-goal type of team. It's 30 goals. Tyson Foerster, and these are young guys, and Ryan Poling is a 20-goal guy, at least 17 to 20. 17 to 20 for Poland. So you got young guys. He's a former first-round pick. So you're talking about a good NHL team, man. A young NHL team. And Mitch Cove is a generational talent. There's nothing better than having a generational talent around with young players like Frost, Farabee, Tyson Foerster, Ryan Poling. Then you sign Tippett and Konechny to contracts back-to-back years. So you put your guys in play. And listen, I was talking to Jamie Boscal. Shout out to Jamie Boscal. Flyers nitty-gritty. Love them guys. Listen, sincerely, to really look at this, the defensive men are better. But I wanted the expert opinion because I love Philadelphia everything. I look at hockey, Flyers hockey, and now for y'all, for hardcore sports, my whole squad, I'm gonna get more into hockey of every other team. The Flyers, I've been in them for years. I've been into the Flyers for years, for years, and I haven't. It was always a question if defensive men were going to get talented enough. When Ivan Pro came up, it was supposed to be like that with Sanheim and Ghost. It was supposed to be different, right? If any Flyer fan remember, it was supposed to be different. Now, if you look at listen, I want y'all to look at this. You look at the minor leagues, the prospects now that ain't came up yet, and look at the young guys now. Look at the young guys now. Look at how good they play. Look at how talented they are. It's more well-rounded, and then they got a more tougher coach. He ain't gonna take no stuff. He gonna take you got to be good. He's not going to take no stuff. And I like that. That's what we need, man. So if you're looking at who's the best players, I remember hearing Farabee and Morgan Frost. I heard of Bascal talking. I think the three players that lead this team are Tippett, Konechny, and it has to be Mitch Cove. Now, you might want to put Cartier in there because he's definitely a leader. Scott Lawton, to me, is a leader on this team. And I think Jamie Drysdale, I keep saying the name, is going to be to get a guy with that type of ceiling, that type of prospect at defenseman after you lose Ivan Pro, who was like the 7th pick overall in his draft, if I'm not mistaken. If somebody can correct me. It's just different. It's totally different, man. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what the Flyers do. What are they going to do? What are the Flyers going to do next? This is exciting. This is exciting. Looking more into the stats of the game. 4 shots for Mitch Cove. Mitch Cove is going to try to get him. I think as the season goes in, Luchenko is going to be something. I'm really proud of him for him to be a Flyer. And the crazy part is how good he got. How good he got as the season, as the training camp went on. Like, I didn't expect him to be that guy. You can say what you want. I didn't expect him to be that guy. So, looking at Drysdale with 3 block shots, he's already contributing hard already. Urson is ready. It was good for him to get a .923 save percentage. Urson is ready. If you look at the Canucks, the players for the Canucks who scored, Teddy Bluger. He got his. Boza didn't get no points after having 2 goals, but he did the 2 shots, 4 shots for DeBrusk. Also, looking at Hoglander was a guy who had 2 shots, 1 goal. Really trying their best, man. Hoglander had 1 goal in that game, like I said, with 2 shots. And if we're looking at other guys, you look at Quinn Hughes, he only had 1 shot. Not really a lot. Like, they really, and crazy because Kevin McKinnon had 29 saves. Now, he did his thing. We could talk about Thatcher Demko. We could talk about him, but he didn't play, but he did a good job. 29 saves. But Ursa had a good game, man. This was going to be the whole thing. With Fedorov was playing good from training camp to preseason. He's been looking real good. Let's see if these 2 guys can be that. That's going to determine how far they go. I don't think they're going to be a Stanley Cup team. That's not what I think. But I do think they're going to be 7th or 8th seed in the playoffs. No question. And right there, that proves how tough they can really be, how talented they can be for the future. I think this team is definitely ready to be that type of team. So listen, Calgary Flames. I got pregame stuff to talk about. I will definitely talk about that on Follow Leader Sports. When I do pregame, I do Follow Leader Sports, man. If you think this is going to be an easy game, you're crazy against the Calgary Flames. This is going to be another hard game. A team that was ready, 38 wins last season. So this season is already starting out. Crazy. I mean, it's already got its, you got Edmonton next. After that, you got Seattle Thursday. You got Vancouver again Saturday. So they might try to get their revenge on ESPN plus Vancouver. Edmonton is a game on ESPN. So this is going to be some, listen, it's going to be crazy to me because I feel like the Flyers really a team that can really be a good team, man. Mitch Cove is a different talent. And I told Boscal, if y'all go back and watch Jamie, but that was a real good interview. I just like intelligence. I love intelligence, and I love intelligent sports talk. And so Mitch Cove, I remember when Eric Lindros came. I remember it was a Legion of Doom with Michael Renberg and John Leclerc. I remember those days, man. That was some good teams. Ryan Hickstall at goalie. I remember those teams. Now, if we're talking about, if we really want to talk, and we talk about the Flyers, There was only one player. Oh no, I'm talking about hockey. There was only one player that was marketable in hockey. I'm talking about this guy. I'm talking about. I don't care what none of y'all say about Yager or Mario Lemieux or Brett Hall or Mark Messier. No, no, no. There was only one player that was like Michael Jordan marketable, and that was Wayne Gretzky. If you didn't know what hockey was, you knew who Wayne Gretzky was. That's how good he was. There was a cartoon with him, Bo Jackson, and Michael Jordan. Because at the time, Bo Jackson was the guy that got me into sports. Bo Jackson got me into sports. I don't care what nobody said. Bo Jackson was a phenomenal guy. He was super. He was like a superhero to me because I had never seen a guy at play football and baseball at such a high level. Never in my life did I ever see a guy. I mean, this guy was like a superhuman. Like he could run over people because Marcus Allen was the second running back, and it was Jay Schrader was like the running wide receiver, and man, he could run so fast for his size. And then you saw him play baseball. He was like, "What? He's hitting home runs in All-Star games? What's going on? What is? He's running up walls. He can catch in the outfield. This is impossible." So he had me believing I could do everything, but I wasn't Bo Jackson. So we look at Wayne Gretzky, and what I mean to say there, y'all, to go back to that, Matvey Michkov plays like him. Say what you want, watch Wayne Gretzky. I'm talking about watch his film because I watched Sports Center every day back then. When it was back in the day, you had Tom Jackson, Chris Berman, and you had guys. So when I watched Sports Center back when I was young, you see this guy Wayne Gretzky was so good with the Kings, man. Everybody wore Kings jerseys because of Wayne Gretzky. Nobody does that. Nobody even wears that's how nobody talks about how important Wayne Gretzky was to sports and what he was to hockey. It's crazy how they don't talk about Wayne Gretzky. There's no hockey player since that has brought the life to it. Now I'm saying Matvey Michkov can play like him. He can play like him. He's fast. He's quick. He can shoot shots. I mean, he's amazing. You can shoot this guy can shoot shots from anywhere. He can make the pass anywhere. He's like Grant Hill on skates. It's like this is crazy, man. It's real good to see. I love talent in any sport, and when you see something that's amazing, and the Flyers were able to get it, that was great. So if you look at the three players, I think Owen Tippett, Travis Konecny, and Matvey Michkov are going to be the guys. And then you also look at Jamie Drysdale. They got him in the power play. So that's it with guys like Michkov. So that's big. Jamie Drysdale, Travis Sanheim, and Nick Seeler, I think, are important. Cam York, I can't take him away. I can't. I got to stop doing that. But they do have a lot of good defensive guys. Igor Zamula, knowing that he's Matvey Michkov's friend, is big. That's huge. That is huge. Matvey Michkov and Igor Zamula chemistry is big because now he's comfortable in the U.S. It's not easy being away from your country, and you got a guy that is a high-level player that's next to you, and he's a good player. He had block shots in this game too. If you look at looking at what Zamula did, looking at the type of player he can be. I mean, that means, listen, you be over here in America, it'd be hard for some guys. You really do. So when you got a guy, he had 2 block shots and 2 shots. When you look at guys, they be over here, it's unbelievable. Like Zamula had 2, to let y'all know, he had two block shots, 2 shots. Yeah, so Zamula is going to be good. And it's guys that's not here. I'll be talking about it later, in other podcasts for the Flyers. I'm about to get out of here soon. But I'm still gonna give y'all some time real quick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hardcore sports love to death. So if y'all not tired of me spitting the knowledge and it's talking about some hockey that I know for sure, and how good the Flyers are gonna be, for sure. We got a couple more minutes left. But listen, the goalie situation, I just hope Urson is the guy because he was so good when Carter Hart was a goalie and he was coming up. So I'm real big on him. I'm not thinking that they're just going to knock him away. But I'll tell you what, the guys that in the back of him are so good, he better not even look like he's going down. So I think he has an all-star year. I just think this is the year that Erson proves that he's one of those guys. And that's and having Mitch Cove and then the goalie is that good is big because he's going to make everybody better. There's so many guys that can score that's young. Tyson Forster, like I say, Ryan Poling's another guy that's going to do it. Morgan Frost, Joel Farabee. Then you got good scoring goalies. I mean, defensive men in Cam York, Travis Sanheim. Drysdale's not a scoring goalie, but he's a defensive guy. He's a guy that could be like Eric Desjardins. Kind of like Desjardins, if you're talking about a defensive guy. I can't wait till Hunter McDonald comes up. I like people that beat up people. That's what Flyers do. Man, it's big, and I think this is a good game. I think the next game, listen, once again, the next game, people didn't hear me about the next game. Just to tell you the schedule of the next game. Get into things. The Calgary Flames is who they play. And they play them at Calgary. And that game is tomorrow. Today at 10 o'clock p.m., they will play the Calgary Flames. So we'll see just if the Flyers can go 2-0. Let's get some hype going, y'all. Hype going for the season. Hardcore Sports Network, man. This is what we do. So we're glad to bring you this Flyer than a Flyer. Who's flyer than a Flyer, man? Who's flyer than a Flyer? That's what this post game is, man. It's big time, man. We're gonna be covering a lot of hockey. Post game. That's what we do. Post game, give you everything, break you down. Who's the players? Who's the stars? And the star of this game is Morgan Frost, man. What are you talking about? I want to say, Erson, but we went to overtime. But I think it's Morgan Frost, man. He won the game. We out. Morgan Frost is the player of the game. Wrist shot. So we out, y'all. This is it. And we'll be back tomorrow for the post game. Calgary Flames Flyers. Hardcore Sports, y'all. Who's flyer than a Flyer?